Why do I go back to the same lighthouses again and again? Well, every single time Mother Nature changes things up, so does the photography. And that's exactly what I want to talk about on this episode of Go Here, Do This. Lucky for us, Michigan has all 4 seasons, and that means that our backdrop is naturally always changing. As a person who enjoys photography, that means the same location can produce wildly different results, specifically with lighthouses. There's something about these stoic structures standing undaunted while the relationship between the land and the lake are forever battling for control. I have a few lighthouses to feature today, but I'm going to use the Big Sauble Point Lighthouse as my main photo example. And that's why I'm doing a double pairing today. Ludington Bay Brewing First Curve and its variant, First Curve Winter Sage. Both the lighthouses and the beverage adapt to the season and give us a reason to return time and time again. So let's get into it. This subject is on top of mind today because our weather has been all over the place. But just a couple weeks ago, we had a snow globe day in Ludington. It's the type of day where the fresh powder sits heavy on the branches, like someone just shook a snow globe and it has yet to settle completely, truly creating a magical photography day. If possible, try to time a day like this. We saw the opportunity, so we fat biked and spent some time shooting from every single direction that we could possibly muster while attempting to keep our tracks at a minimum in the snow so the next person with a camera had a chance to experience these untouched landscape. Winter photography comes with its own rewards and challenges. So just as an overall sentiment, be careful and follow the posted rules. This applies to every single season, but diligent self-safety is especially important in this season. The winter can be challenging to shoot, but the results are just so fun. Now we're going to talk about the secret of spring. Well, at least how lighthouse photography and spring go together. I'll be the first to admit that this feels like a season a landscape photographer could sit out and no one would judge. There's no leaves on the trees, there's probably piles of snow still stashed in the parking lots. But this is where the lighthouses shine.
This is my first time ever seeing this lighthouse. Such a cool location right along the Detroit River. You got the skyline behind you here, Canada over here. This is really cool.
Besides, it's been cold for months, so getting out and snapping a few photos, well, it just feels incredible. Phones, cameras, GoPros, and yeah, even an iPad, all can take photos. So get out there and have some fun. Now, summer. The game is less about can I capture a photo and more about how do I want to capture this photo. Early mornings and sunrises are great options if you're wanting to change the mood and the look. But I have a few more ideas if possible. All right, so that's it. That's the end of this sunset. We're gonna wait for the sun to completely go down and then hopefully we can get some like night sky photography. We're gonna try to do a little bit of that. If there's ever a time someone could feel pressured to take a photo, well, it would be fall in Michigan. What I've noticed is that this is also when the Great Lakes attitude changes as well. This is when the lake and the land start to battle and the lighthouse stands in between them, attempting to keep the peace. Some days the sun is out and fun, and others it's ominous and moody. What I truly enjoy about this is getting out there and attempting to match the mood with the photos that I'm able to capture. And just to wrap things up, the story that I'm told about First Curve is that it represents the spot where the trees end and the dunes begin while you're heading into Ludington State Park. For a lot of people, it's where the rest of the world disappears and adventure begins. And for me personally, that takes place in more than one season. So whether it's First Curve or First Curve Winter Sage, this pairing is perfect. Thanks to Ludington Bay Brewing for their continued support and making videos like this possible.